Hello guys and welcome back to Code with Alex on YouTube. In this video, I'm going to teach you about HTML. In this full course, I'm going to make sure that at the end, you are so comfortable with this popular programming language. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe and also give me a thumbs up if you like this video and comment down below. Literally comment down below for me to know what you thought about this course. Without wasting much time, let's get started. Okay guys, so we need to set up some things before we can get started learning HTML. So first, we need to download Visual Studio Code. If you already have it installed, you can relax and wait for us. So right here on Google, in your browser right here, you search for VS Code download and you'll see the link right there. You click on it and it will redirect you straight to the website of Visual Studio Code. If in Windows, you download for the Windows. If on Ubuntu, Linux, or if on Mac, download it. I already have it downloaded, so I don't have to download it. So if you don't have VS Code downloaded, get straight to it and download it based on your operating system. So once you've downloaded the VS Code and run the setup, you're going to get something like this after you open it. So this is going to be your welcoming screen. Visual Studio Code. Let me zoom a little bit for you to see well. I think this will be much better. Yes. So this is going to be your welcoming screen. So right here you can see open folder. You click on it. Wait, let us create our own folder right here on the desktop or any kind of place you can remember. You create a new folder and you name it any name you want. So I'm going to name my own HTML. So after you've created your folder, make sure you remember the destination of your folder. My own is on my desktop. So once I open my VS Code, I click on open folder right here. I come to desktop and select HTML. This is my folder. So they would open this place for you they will open your files, my computer, or on Windows, they open my computer for you to select the folder in which you created. So my own is HTML as I've selected it with the brown background. So I open my HTML folder right here, and as you can see, VS Code successfully created my folder for me in the VS Code. So this is where I'm going to create all. This is where we are going to, not just me. This is where we are going to create our HTML files. We're going to learn the HTML. This is where we're going to create the files. So when we create the HTML file, the file will be stored in our folder. So even if the Visual Studio Code is quit, the HTML file will still exist in the folder you created. So once you're done with this, you come straight to the extensions where you search for live server. You search for live server. I already have my own downloaded. I can show you right here. You search for live server. Here's my own live server. So that we need to download this extension in order to launch a development local server with your live reload feature. In order to see what you've written in your HTML to display the website you are creating, you need to download this live server. So right here in the search bars, you can see the search extensions input. You search for live server there and this appears. You download it. I've already installed it, so there's no need for me to install it anymore. I already have it. So once you're done with this, you are ready to learn HTML. On our next chapter, we're going to learn the H element, how we can create text and text, their sizes in HTML. See you there. If you have any questions, drop it down in the comments, and if you have no questions, let's continue. Okay guys, so after you've downloaded your live server, as I told you, you have to come right here to the explore section. You can see the new file right there. You click on it, you write index.html. So right here you can see VS Code has created an index.html file for us. So right here you click on the explore button and the screen becomes full. So what should we do next? We're going to write our first website. We're going to create our first website here. So right here we write h1, which is the H elements I was talking about that we are going to study. The H element is a kind of element in HTML that allows users to write text in big forms and small forms, but to physically write text inside topics or let's say articles, something like that, and footers. The H element, let me give you an example for you to understand much better. So here you can say H1. The H element comes with numbers. We have H1, which is the biggest. H2 become a little smaller. H3 more smaller. H4 becomes more smaller. So you're going to understand. Let's say hello world. So right after we do this, as I told you, you should download your live server or else you can't see what you're doing. You left click on your HTML file, and if you have downloaded your live server right from our extensions, which is this, as I showed you in the last chapter. If you haven't downloaded, go back to the last chapter and download it. After that, you come back and let's continue. And if you are done, let's continue. So after writing the h1 hello world, you come to the index.html file. You left click on it and you click on open your live server, which will be the first one. Open your live server, and as you can see, the shortcut to open it is right here. So if I click on this, live server is going to show us what we've written in the HTML. As you can see on the screen right now, right here, you can see index.html right here in our website. So you have successfully created the first website. Let me divide this into two sections for you to know what you're doing. So finally, you've successfully created the first website. Now let's talk about the H elements. As I've seen, as I said, the H element comes with numbers and H1, H2. Let me try H2 and show it to H2 hello world. If I run this and I refresh here, you can see hello world. The reason why when we run it, I'll show you later. Let's see what we're doing. So you can see hello world. This is the H1 and this is the H2. The H1 is much more bigger than H2, as you can see. Let's dive straight into H3. Write hello world and you run it and you refresh it here. I'm going to show you how you can just run it and refresh yourself. Now, as a beginner, you need to follow the normal steps. So when you save it here, you come right to the browser and refresh it. So when you refresh it, you can see hello world in a smaller way. So this is H3, this is H2, and this is H1. So let's try H4 as well. Hello world. and refresh it, and you can see another H4. You can see the H4 right here. It's getting much more small. So let's try the last one, which is H5. Hello world. If you run this and you refresh your browser here, you can see hello world in a much more smaller way. So the H element is very useful in websites. Let's say, example, this something like the VS Code right here. As you can see on the top, this was written with H1. This was written with the H element as this. If you come to this website, you can see the download Visual Studio Code is written with H1, and this is, let's say, H2 or H3. So this is what we're learning right here. The H1, you can change the size of it with the styles, which would come after, which will be later after this video. I will launch a course for CSS, how you can style your text you've written in HTML. So there you have it. This is pretty much everything you need to know about the H element. Next, I'm going to show you paragraphs, which is written as P in HTML. Good luck. Make sure to go over this course. Make sure to go over this chapter again to see if you have any problems. Try. If it doesn't work, drop it in a comment. And if you have no questions, let's continue. Guys, welcome back to our next chapter. Our new chapter. In this chapter, as I said, we're going to learn about paragraphs. So not to make things much more complicated to you, do not delete this HTML file, the one we just did. You have to create another file and name it paragraph.html. So after naming this paragraph.html, when we run it, it won't be as this. You're going to see everything. So in a paragraph, this is how it's written. Each one is written like this, as we've already learned. But paragraph is written like this. You can just write P, or if you don't get these things, just write S and it will continue for you. So P, paragraph. Let's erase the H one. So this is the paragraph. So in the paragraph here, I can say, hello, Alex. If I save it right here and come right to the Explorer button, I left click on the paragraph.html, then I choose the live server option. So when I run it, open with live server, it's going to run it again just like I did today. So as you can see on the screen, you can see hello, I'm Alex. So this is a normal view of the browser. So you can see it's very, very small if you look at it. And let me give you the advantage of the paragraph element. The paragraph element is the weight of it is low. It is not deep like this. If you compare it to this, it makes it light. It's used for writing articles on websites. So as I can say, right here, H1, I can write, let's say, HTML. And in the paragraph button, I can say HTML is a front-end web programming language. So if let me make it visible to you. So if I run this and refresh the page here, you can see something like this. HTML is a front end web programming language. So as you can see, the H1 I used the H1 to write a topic, the headline, and I use the paragraph to write the body. So if I'm writing, for example, if I'm writing, let's say, and notes, copying notes at school, you write the topic much more bigger and you underline them and you write the body small. So this is, let me give you an example here right from this website. So as you can see, this is a paragraph. This is a paragraph. The one I have highlighted is a paragraph. And this is also a paragraph. The one after is a paragraph, and this is the H1, and this is the paragraph. So the paragraph allows you to, write the body of a topic, let's say an article or any kind of thing you add it to your website. Let's say you're welcoming your users. You can write H2 right here. Let's see. Welcome to, let's say, my web. So when I refresh it, you can see welcome to my web. I can write P. Download all games you want from my website. So if I save it and refresh it, you can see welcome to my web. Download all games you want from my website. So it allows you to write the body of something and make it mobile responsive. Also reduces the font weight of the element. So the paragraph element is very important, and this is how it's declared. Simple. You write P, you press enter. Or if you when you write P and you don't get these alternatives, just write within and we'll continue for you. So you write something like this. So greater than, less than, greater than, so less than, then write P, greater than, and then continues for you. So this is pretty much everything you need to know about paragraphs. Next, we are going to learn how the basic HTML works. Why, when we save this and I refresh it, you see live server is not possible without a head or a body tag right under this. You can see here there's a understand don't show again. So live server is not possible without a head or a body tag. So I'm going to show you what's the meaning of the head, what's the meaning of the body tag in the basic HTML. If you have any questions, drop it in the comments so now I can answer you. And if no questions, let's continue. Guys, so let's continue with the basic HTML as I said. So right here, let's create a new file and name it basic.html. So right in this file, let me explain some things right here. The basic HTML, as I said, is there are some elements that makes the web much more interactive, and it is very important as well. So users would understand everything about it when they get into your web. So as I said, let's write this an H1 element and name it welcome. So this alone can't make a complete HTML file. Let's run this. Let's save this right here. After we save it, we run it live. So open with live server. So you can see welcome, and then just right at the bottom of the window, you can see live reload is not possible without a head or a body tag. So what does this mean? It means this is not a complete HTML. You cannot just write this and create websites. So what it means is a body and a title. So first, when you start with HTML, you write doc type HTML. So this is what you write when you start in HTML. So after that, you create another element and name it HTML, just like this. So after this, you add a title. So what's the meaning of the title? So if the title is basic, and if I run this, you can see, if I run this right here and refresh it, you can see life is without a body. Live server is not possible without a head or a body. It's again, we'll fix it. So you can see on top of the browser, on top of this, if you can see very well, this chapter, basic. Let me write an element here and name it basic for you to see what I'm trying to say. Let me refresh it. You can see on top of this. Oh, I can show you well. So here's it. Where I'm left clicking, you can see where I am. Open the window. Where the window is, you can see basic written. But if you compare it with this, you can see it is 1270, the title 127, but if you see here is basic. So your website won't be complicated when users come there. You will not see anything complicated. You will just see your title as basic, not 1270. So after we've done the title, let's put the head and the body. So the body is where you are going to write the real HTML code. So this is how HTML is set up. There are more I'm going to show you, but now let's continue what we're doing. So you have to remove this H1 from here and paste it here. So H1 basic. So if I run it now and refresh the page, you can see we don't get any error message that we need some sort of. Let's rerun our basic HTML again so we can see well. So as you can see, we just run it and it came. We don't have to, so let me add an H2 and let's say basic. So if I run this, you can see it automatically appears without refreshing it. Let me say paragraph basic. If I run it, it automatically appears on our browser without any error message showing. So this is how you can write your basic HTML and get started. You need to avoid those error messages saying you can't upload. So this is the head, the body, the title. But there is one more thing. You can see, there are mobile phones, but at first websites were only for computers. Computers were the only things that access the internet, but now mobile phones can also access the internet. So you need to make it mobile responsive. So in this case, we have a code that we write. So let's select this one and delete our refrain and save it. And you can see live server is not possible because we have nothing in here. So right here, you look on your keyboard, you press on Shift and you press on 1. So Shift plus 1 will give you this. According to keyboard, you're going to get this exclamation mark right here. You write it. So if you write this exclamation mark, you press enter, and you can see I've written everything for us. This is the basic HTML, so you can see as you wrote HTML, the language is English, head, so meta, char set UTF-8. This is the mobile responsiveness with its control device, initial scale 1.0. So this will also make it mobile responsive, make your website mobile responsive. So it has already titled our HTML file versus document, so we can start writing our code inside the body right here. So here I can say H1 I know HTML. So if I write this right here and run it, I save it, we have been disconnected from live server. So let's rerun it right here with our live server, as I taught you. So let me run it. So as you can see, I know HTML appears. You can add a paragraph and say, yes, I know HTML. So if I run it, you can see it automatically appears on the screen. I know HTML. So this is how the basic HTML looks like. So you don't have to just start and write this. This is, if you write this as an HTML programmer, you are not considered as professional, you'll be considered as beginner. You need to start your HTML with this. So let's try one more time. Shift+1 will give you the exclamation on your keyboard as you are already taught in school. You press enter, it writes for you. You change the title to the name of your website, or the name of the page. So I can say page, and you come straight to the body. You start the code. So it's H1 welcome. There are many elements to learn. So now we know the basic HTML. We will start creating every website with this basic HTML right here. So let me run it and you can see welcome on the screen. So this is pretty much everything you need to know about the basic HTML. Next, I am going to teach you about lists. There are some sort of things in HTML that they are called lists. If you have any questions, drop into the comments so I will answer you. And if not, let's continue. Guys, so let's continue with our lists in HTML. So right here, let's create an HTML file and name it lists.html. Let's write our basic HTML as you already know. Let's change the title to list. And in the body, let's create an H1 and name it list. So what are lists, by the way? Let me run it before we get into it. So what are lists? Lists are, there are some elements that add some bullets to a text in HTML. For example, I can say lists. This is how list is declared. List. Or you can just write li and it will do it for you. So if you write this is the list in HTML li, and if I can say my first list. If I run it, you can see the bullet right there, which is the list style indicating my list. So I can do something different by saying my second list. I can run it and you can see my second list, and let's try my third list. Now you can see we have list, my first list, my second list, and my third list. So this is a kind of element that indicates some sort of things in a website. We can have an example by saying H2, and we can say our service. Let's say we offer our clients, we offer our client. Then make something like this. Of our client. So I can write a list. Good. See, good homes to rent online. I'm gonna say acquire great properties. Acquire great properties. And last one, let's say make money. So right here you can see, let me zoom in out for you to see well. So here is it. We offer our client good homes to rent, acquire great properties, and make money online. So this is how you can, show your list, make it more beautiful, attractive for users to identify the actual thing you want to introduce to users. Next, so this is how we use list in HTML. Next, I'm going to teach you how to create hyperlinks that will jump a user from one page to another page in HTML. If you have any questions, drop it. And if no question, drop it in the comments. And if no questions, let's continue. Okay guys, so let's continue with our HTML course. So in this video, we are going to learn how to create hyperlinks, as I said in the last chapter. So right here, you create your own hyperlink file from this. As I've already taught you how to create HTML file. So create your own hyperlink file. Or just create an HTML file. You don't need to name it hyperlink, but name it hyperlink in order to find out the one with the hyperlink in it. So right here, you run your basic HTML. Title it hyperlink. So from body, we write each one hyperlinks. So what are hyperlinks? As you know, hyperlinks are elements that jumps a user from one web page to another web page, or from any kind of area to a web page or a website on the internet. So how do we create hyperlinks? Well, it's simple and easy, but there are two types of hyperlinks in HTML. We have the internal hyperlinks and external hyperlinks. So right here, I can say these two external hyperlinks. So what does the external hyperlinks mean? Well, they are hyperlinks that will take a user out of your website to someone else's website. So for example, this is how we create a hyperlink. You write your list, as you already learned, li, and you type a, then you press enter. So after you've done with this, let me go through again. You write your li, you press enter, you type a, you press enter. This is how we create it. So now we need to add our element. We need to add our items, our values. So right here, this is where you have to input the name that will display. I can say link. So now I run it, you can see link on the screen right here, link. And I insert the place where I want the user to go. When the user clicks on the link, the hyperlink right there in the browser. So let's say I have this hyperlink in my mind. This is my YouTube channel's hyperlink. Let me write /code with Alex. So right after this, I can run this, and as you can see, when I click on this, it will redirect me to my YouTube channel. because I have inserted my YouTube channel's link in this, which is the href. So let's click on the link. Sorry, I have not connected my internet. Let me try and connect it. Let me connect my internet already. It's done. So let's click on this link, and it's going to take us to our YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, which is Code with Alex. Make sure to subscribe. As you can see, 41 subscribers. Let me zoom in a little bit for you to see. As you can see, Code with Alex right here is the YouTube channel. So it has redirected us to this website. This is the link I inserted. This is the link I inserted in my hyperlink I created. This is the link I inserted in the hyperlink I created. We can also come back by hitting the back button. So when I hit the back button, it will take me back to my normal page I've created in HTML. So let's learn how to create internal hyperlinks. So the internal hyperlinks, they are the hyperlinks, as I've already said, the hyperlinks that exist within your website. So right here I can say list. Let's copy some, let's say basic. If you already have your basic HTML file, which is this one, which is this basic HTML file, the one we did, let's connect it with this one. So you can see basic.html. So if you are done with this, as I've written the basic HTML, if I click on the basic HTML, it will take me to that basic I've created. And if I come back, it will take me back to this page, which is the hyperlinks file. Let me make it much more bigger for you to see. So right here I can say list. I type my A, and I can say list.html. So list.html. The file should exist. So you don't have to. If the file does not exist, they will tell you invalid hyperlink. So here is it. Here's my list.html. If you really follow this course, you can see we created this in one of the chapters. So after I run this, you can see we have no item here, but just this, because we forgot to add the name. So let's add the name here, the list. So if we run it, you can see we have a list right there. If I click on list, it will redirect me to the list with the list file we created. Let's try one more time for you to understand. Let me make it bigger. So we write LIA tab or enter, any way you like. I'm trying again for you to see how it looks like. LIA enter. The word with tab or enter. So here, as I've inserted hash, it means there is no hyperlink. It's happening. Like I say, invalid hyperlink. Invalid link. So if I run this and we come back to our hyperlink folder, you can see invalid link right here. So if I press on this, I will not be able to. I hope you've seen it's red now. It means the hyperlink is invalid. But the moment I click on this, it will take me to the list as we've connected it in the HTML. If I come back and the basic, it will take me to another different page in our HTML that we created. So this is pretty much everything you need to know about lists, about hyperlinks. Next, I'm going to teach you about other things in HTML. If you have any questions, drop your comments Let's continue. Okay guys, so let's continue our HTML course with buttons. So if you go to websites and you see buttons there, you see sign up, some will say login, some will tell you to do many things. Even others will say search, just like this. Yeah. So how do you create your own buttons in your website? Well, it's simple. All we need to do is to create an HTML file here and name it buttons.html. So after creating the buttons.html file, let's write our basic HTML as I already said. Let's change the title to button. And let's run it right here downwards as I said, or you can just come right here and let's click on the file and click on open with live server. So let's wait for our website to load with nothing inside. So right here, let's say h1 button. As you can see, the button is on the screen. Let's add a button. So creating a button, we just need to write the button like this. You press enter, it will do for you. Or if you don't get any suggestions, just write less than button, return on, and it will continue for you. So after we've done this, you put the thing you want it to be written on the bottom. So let's see, click me. So if I type this and run this, you can see click me on our website right now. Here's it, click me, and I'm clicking it. You can start your website with CSS, which I will do that course right after you guys have finished studying the HTML. So button, here's the button, and I click on it, nothing happens. Why? Because it's HTML. HTML will create the HTML with the body. It will create everything in a raw way, and you start with CSS and you give it a brain with JavaScript. So this is how we create buttons. Let's add more buttons. Use the sign up. Sign in. Login. These are all how we create buttons. But do you know something? Let's delete these two buttons and then let it be just like that. We can add hyperlinks in the button, because there are some times when you click on the button, it can take you from a web page to another web page. Hope you agree with me. So how do we do that? First, you create a button and you type A, as I taught you in the hyperlink section. If you forgot, go back and study it. After you understand, you come back. So type A, then you press enter. So after pressing enter, you see these things, and I can say let's redirect me to this. Make sure that the file that we are going to type right inside the href, which is here, would already exist. So just add your / and look for the files in your folder. So let's say it should take me to hyperlinks.html. So if I save this, I forgot to add an identification. So let's say click here. So this is the hyperlink. So this is it. Button, href, click here. So this is what the user will see, and this is what the user will not see. The user will not see anything like this, but you will see the click here on the button, on the surface of the button. So right here, if I click on this button, it will take me to hyperlinks. If I come back, it will take me back. But if I click on this button, nothing happens. But if I click on this button, something happens. So you can add hyperlinks to the buttons you create in your website in order to redirect users to other pages in your website. Let me make it bigger for you to see well. Yes. So this is what you've done. So this is pretty much everything you need to know about creating buttons. Next, make sure to stay tuned. In the next chapter, we will study something new. If you have any question, drop it in the comments. I'm going to answer you and show how we do it. And if not, let's continue. Okay guys, so let's continue with tables in HTML. So what comes to mind when you say table, we're not talking about the normal tables you use at home, but the tables that you use to write in books. Let's say in spreadsheet, you write some things like this. Let's do this as an example. Let's say table. Let's create a txt file here. Let's say I can say name is, let's say Alex. Let's say Sostini. Let's say Michael. So you have the age right here. Into the age 15, age 15, age 14. And let's say gender. Gender maybe let's say male, So just think about it. Some kind of tables in Excel. How can you create this in an HTML file? How can that be possible? And that's what we're about to do right here. So right here, let's create a file, name it table.html. Let's write our basic HTML as we already know it. And let's give it a title of table. Let's say a table. Let's open it with a live server as we always do. So as you can see, it's on the browser right now, a table. So how do we create a table? It's simple. You write less than table, greater than table. So something like this. So inside this, you put an attribute inside this. And this attribute is th. And the th, inside the th, you have something like, let's say name. So we're doing exactly as we did here. Oh, I didn't save this, but I hope you remember what you did. So name, let's copy this th right here. And if you count down a little, you paste it, Yes, so name this age and make this gender. So if you run it, you can see name, age, and gender. So gender. So how do we add the names? Let's add it. Let's say the name, we have Alex. We have Alex. Let me, so here's it. We have Alex, Sostini, and Michael. So as you can see, it has been a little shaky right there. Let's go straight to the age. That's 15 and 15. And this is 14. So as you can see, this is also now normal. Now let's go straight into our last one. This is the gender. Let's add some allies inside them. And let's say male, as they are all male names. So let's paste it 3 times. Now we create a very simple table right here in HTML. So as you can see, let me make this full and see what we've done. So a table, so we've done the table, the name, the age, and the gender. And each of them contains values inside them. There are many ways of creating a table, and this is some of the few ways you can create a simple table in HTML. But someone wonder, how do we remove this dot at the beginning of it? Well, that will be in the cascading style sheet, the CSS, which will be a new course I will launch after you guys complete learning the HTML. So guys, this is pretty much everything you need to know about tables. There are also some ways you can also you can create tables, not just with the li. You can use many other values. You can make more research on them on Google on many ways to create tables in HTML. Let's say you're uploading a result of a school online, or a result of, let's say, something online. Let's say the population of people, all the people, let's say, living in a society, or let's say a report of a school, the results. You can write it just like this, and you can style it and make it like a table, make it look like a table, so that users can come and check their names if your website is like that. So table might be useful for some, it might also not be useful for some of you, but I think you should learn it. So this is pretty much everything you need to know about tables. Next, I'm going to teach you many about HTML. Make sure to subscribe and hit the like button if you're liking this video and understanding many things about it. Drop your questions in a comment. If you have any issues, drop it in a comment. Let's continue. Okay guys, so let's continue with images in HTML. How you can add images to your website with HTML. Well, it's simple. Let's go ahead and create an HTML file and name it images.html. So right after creating the HTML file, let's write our basic HTML. And our title, let's change our title to images. This is very important, so you should pay attention, because images are most of the things that attract people to your website. So you need to make sure you understand how we use the images in HTML. So let's create this one element and name it images. Let's run this with our live server. So as you can see, images in the browser. So what else should we do now? How can we add the images? We need to go straight into our file. This is my file, the HTML file. This is where we have created our HTML file. So you should have these HTML files if you follow this course. So let's go straight into my downloads. Go and get some images. If you have some images, go and get them. Because I have some images here. Yes, here's it. I copy this and I come back to the HTML file in which we are, the HTML folder. You paste the image in the HTML folder. I'm going to show you how you can add the image. So just copy one or two images and paste it inside your HTML folder. So once we are done, let's head straight into the VS Code. And as you can see, we have the images right here. We have the images right here in our folder. As we brought it into the HTML folder. So now, the way to create an image, you need to write img with less than img greater none if you don't get any alternatives, something like this. Alright, so img is the image. So we can see width of the image. Width of the image should be, let's say, 350, and the height should be, let's say, 400. Yeah, let's say 300 or 400. And let's give it an src. The src means the source where we will find the image. Where would HTML look for the image and bring it and display it in the website for you to see? So when we bring a forward slash, and look through the images. So here's my image in which I pasted into my HTML folder in which we are creating this HTML. So let me select one. So after selecting this, let me run it. And as you can see, we have a very beautiful image on our website. A very nice one, nice image. So how do we do this? Well, I think the width is over. So nice, 300, 350. Let me get 200, and let me make the width also 250. Nice. So we've created we have added a very nice image. Let me make the height 100. So nice. So 120 width and height is 100. So this is how we can add images to the website. You start with your image tag, then you add your width, which I gave my own 120. You can decide the kind of width you give, and make it 100. And you add your source. You make a forward slash. You select your image. You can also copy an image online and paste it inside your HTML. So right here, let me save it. If I save it, you will see I have 2 images right here in my web. So let me see. Yes, here's it. As you can see, we have 2 images on our web. So this is how you can add images to your website and make your website look very beautiful. Adding images isn't very hard. You just bring your image tag as we did right here. Your image tag. So let me add the txt file. First you bring your img. You add your height. Second, you add your height or width, height and width. So after that, you add your src, and you paste the link with a forward slash, and you save it. So this is how you can add images to your website in HTML. Make sure to stay tuned, and in our next chapter we are going to learn how to add videos as well. So make sure to stay tuned. Okay guys, so let's continue with our course. So in this video, as I said, in this chapter we will learn how to add videos to our website. In the previous chapter we learned how to add images, and in this chapter we learn how to add videos into our website. So right here, let's head straight and create a new HTML file and name it videos.html. So after this, we write our basic HTML file, our basic HTML code. We change the title to videos, and we create an h1 element right here and name it videos. So after we're done, let's run this. Let's save this and run it with live server right here. So there you have it. There's the videos on the browser. So how do we add the videos? Well, as in the previous chapter, we went into the folder and copied some videos in. So let's head straight into the folder in which we stored our HTML code. The folder we we store the HTML code. So if you don't understand the folder issues with the HTML, go back at the starting of the video, which is a setup, and learn how we do this. So let me select some videos and let me select this and paste it right here in my HTML video. Let me select one more. Let's say this and paste it into my HTML folder. So right here, how do we add it? Well, it's simple and easy. Right here, you write your less than sign in your video. So this is how the tag looks like. You add your width. Let's say our width should be 110 and our height should be 102. Yeah, something like this. I think this work. Or let me have 300 and the width 200. Yeah. Let's add our source. So this source is where the HTML would look through our files. You are showing HTML where it should look for the video, the specific video you want to add to the website. So here I'm going to add a Donald Trump with a comeback. You can add any video if you like. So after I add it, let me run this. And if I run this, you can see the video right there in the browser. So the video is not playing. How do we do that? How can we make it play? Well, we can add autoplay. So if I add autoplay and run this,
Donald Trump, you are known for your terrible haircut, and now I can see why. Your hair
playing.
Sucks. You look like Justin Bieber caught on fire. What's the difference between a...
Nice. So we just keep playing. It has no controls. So how do we make that? How do we make it much more pleasant? Let's just say controls instead of autoplay. So if you move the autoplay out controls, you see the video is not playing itself. Now you have to click on the play button before it starts playing. So you can see it is playing. The video plays. It has the pause button. It has the sound button. It has the enlarge button. And I also had the download button where users can download the video which you upload on the website. So this is how you can upload the video. Let's add one more video for you to understand it very well. So right here, as I've copied that, let me paste this. It's an X page by Juice WRLD. If I run this, you can see the X page and you can see it right here. The video keeps playing. Let me increase the width a little so that you can see the correct size of the video. So I can make this 500, make this 300. So if I make this larger, you can see what we've done. So the video just, keep playing. It looks like the height is a little bigger, so let me slow down the height of the video. Yes. So this is how it looks like. You can change the volumes. You could, do everything with it. So this is how you can add videos into your websites. Next, I'm going to teach you about iframes. And the iframes is where you can import other people's videos into your website. So make sure to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel and comment down below as well. If you don't have any questions, then let's continue. If you have any question, drop into the comment. See you in the next See you in the next chapter. Okay. So let's continue our HTML full course with iframes. Iframes are elements that allows you to embed videos from other websites into your website. So let's create an HTML file and name it iframes.html. Let's write our basic HTML and change the title to iframes. Let's have an H1 here and also name it iframes. So after this, let's run our iframes HTML file with live server here. So as you can see in the browser, iframes written on the browser. So right here, let's go to YouTube. As I said, iframes are elements that allows you to embed other people's videos into your website. So let's head to a website like YouTube. So make sure to connect to internet and get straight to the website. So let's say we want to watch this video. We want to add this video to our website. So let's click on this video.
Hey, this is pretty crazy. You gotta check it out. So I just made $18,000 in a single week without my own product website.
So let's say we want to add this video to our website. We left click on the video and you click on copy embed code. Copy embed code. When I click on this and I come straight into my HTML document and we paste it here, Ctrl+V. So as you can see, the link is now in our HTML file. Let's run this, and if you run this, you can see we have the video on our website. We can change the width, the height, and everything. We can also watch the video without going to YouTube, right on our website. We can resize the videos anyhow we want. Just like the width and height, you can make it 300 and make the height also 220, just like that. You can make it anyhow you want, and you can watch our videos right. You can watch the YouTube video right here in our HTML file. We can also copy another video and add it, just like, let's copy this.
Apart from being one of the most underrated,
and let's copy the embedded code. As I showed you, you left click on the video and you look through the options here and click on copy embedded code. Then you paste it in your document and you run it. You would see it also joining the other one on the web. Let's resize the width just like the first one. And as you can see, we also have the same video on our website. So we have copied this video and pasted it here without having it on our computer. So you can watch any video from your website, any video in your website without going straight to YouTube by just copying the iframes and pasting it in your folder, in your HTML file. If you have any questions, drop it in your comment. Make sure to subscribe and like. Let's continue to the next chapter. Okay guys, so let's continue our HTML full course with phone. When you go to a website like Facebook, you first see a user login form and sign up form, and they will tell you to input your name, your date of birth, and many things. So right here, let's create our HTML file and name it form.html. So after name, let's write our basic HTML. Let's change the title to form and the h1 elements to make it larger for you to see. One element to form. So right here we have to create our label, and the label is the kind of thing the user sees in order to know what is going to input in the form. So let's write a label, and let's our text here, and name this name. Let's run our server right here. So as you can see, we have name right here. We have name. So what's left is a box the user would type his name in, and that is called input. And input as well is just simple. Less than input written and done. We don't have something like this there. We don't have something like this. It will be body. We don't have an input that looks like this. The input is just like this. Then you write your type of input with text, and you add your max length, which is the amount of words, amount of letters the user can input. Let's say 10, and the least amount of letters the user can input is 5. So if you do this and we run it, you can see we have it on our website right here. Name, so I can see my name is Alex Mountain. So I can do something like this. Actually, I can't input anything anymore because I set it to 10. I can change this and make it 15. If I run this, I have my name Alex Mountain right here, and if you see right now, I was able to write my full name. But if I make this 15, and you see the mean length right here, the mean length is the least amount of data the user can input in my form. So when I write, let's say my name is Alex, it is not sufficient. So if it doesn't say anything, you need to add required right here, and the required is going to help you understand, or is going to help you to guide the users in order to fill the form on the website. So HTML will tell me to write more than 5 words, and I'm going to teach you many things about that. Let's copy this and paste it 3 times. So if you have done this, let's change this to email. And let's change the type of the input to email. So if you are done with this, you can see the email right here. And if I change this to password, then we change the type of the input here to password as well. So if you run it, you can see we have everything under control right here. So this is the form we've built. So when I type my name and my email, obviously I can't continue. This is because we set the mean length, the highest length, to 15. So let me make this 30 for the email. So if I run it, I type my name, let's say something like this, sort of. I type my email and I type my password, and something like this. If you type your password and your name is visible, then that means you didn't change the type. The one I've just highlighted in the Visual Studio Code, you didn't change the type of it to password. So right here, if you write the input, change this thing, the type of the input. If you change this thing right here, make a password, it's going to be visible. Have you seen? But if we write password, if I type of the input. So you type an input password and run it, is not going to be visible. So hope you understand what we're talking about. Then we have checkbox. Checkbox in forms is something like this. So let's say input, write an input on its own. Obviously we're having some options. Input button, input checkbox, input date, input email, input file, input image, input number, input password, and there are many things. I can say input search. If I say input search, you say something, then you search it. You can remove it for search engines. I can say input checkbox. If I run it, you can see the checkbox right here. Now I'm taking. Here is it. Let me zoom in for you to see well. Input checkbox, which is the one I've just marked right here. And also try another one. Input date. If I run this, you can see we have date. So if I click on this, we have everything, month and year, Saturday, Sunday, and we have the year as well. Let's see, we can change the year to let me make this bigger for you to see well. Let's say this is our form. We can change this 1 to October. Let's change the year to let's change the month to October, and let's change the year to, sorry about that. So let's change the year to 2007. Let's change the month to October. Let's change the first date, this one, to 21st. That's my date. So you can allow users to add their date of birth through this way. And you can also add another input, and you can see input date and time. What is the date and time? Yeah. You can also add input file. Input file. If you do something like this, you are asking the user to choose a file from your website. So we can see choose file. When you press on this, it's going to open your computer for you to choose a file. So we see this right here. Because I can choose this. I can go to my images, I can go to this and choose any video. I say this. If I select, you see you have the file name right here. Because there's no backend web development, we cannot change let the file become visible. So obviously we have the name of the file right here. Let's try and select a different file. Let's say MacGyver. Let me see the MacGyver right here. If you select it, you can see we have the MacGyver on the screen right here. But you allow users to, let's say input file. Let's say you are creating a website where you want users to add their profile picture. You can use that one. It is a lot more fun. You can also add input. There are many ways you can input submit, which is a button where you can allow the value. Let's say value is submit. So if you run this, you can see we have submit at the end of the form. So when the user type name, the password, and he types his input, there's a checkbox here, everything. He type his date of birth and everything, and choose the file, and so you can submit right here. We have another way of input color, many things. So color, I can choose red, green, yellow, violet, pink, any sort of color I want. I can choose it right here. We also have input age, password, input radio, reset, range. There are many sort of things. You can also something like this. As you can see the radio sign there. We also have input heading. It makes a heading. Nothing would be seen on the screen. We also have input button as well. Input button is the same as the value. You can say enter. Something like this. Sign in, sign up. So if this is becoming too serious to you, there are many ways you can create a form. So this is some of the most used things in forms. So right here, let me delete everything and create a beautiful form for you to understand. So we have label, text. So we name it name, full name, then we have the input. We give it something like this. Then we have another label. We give it email for text. Labels text. We give email. Then we give it an input and a type of email, and then we need to get it. We also try another label. We give it text. We name it password. No, let's say date of birth. Date of birth. So if you run that, you add the input of date. So if I run it, you can see the date of birth we have. It is asking the user to add this date of birth. Let's add another thing and let's name it text with password. Let's add the input. Let's name it. Let's change the type to password right here. The type to password. If I run it, we have also having it. Then the label. Now, so the input, we have the input right here in our input button, and give it the value of, let's say, signing. Let's create another thing here. Let's add a paragraph here and say agree to our terms and conditions. So right after doing this, we add an input of a checkbox, and you run it, and you can see the checkbox right here. So here we have built a complete full form, and the reason why there is no editing for this form, the form is not looking attractive, is because we have not added any styling to make the form attractive. It's not visible. You can check some of my videos on how you can make your form. You can create a beautiful form and add some styles. So right after this course, after learning the HTML, I will upload how to use CSS, how you can style your website. So this name, I type my name right here. Let me zoom it a little for you to see what I'm doing. So I type my name. I type my email right here. I select my date of birth. So month, I'll run month 10th, my date 21st, 2007. You can also check it right here. How you want. You can check the form, the year you were born. You can check all of them right here. You can choose everything. The month, the day, the month as well. You can check it. Let's add our password. Let's agree to the terms and conditions, and let's sign in. But nothing happens here because this is just a front end language. You need to add menu to make the form much more visible and responsive. The reason why you're not getting anything, you might be wondering, what should the user just add some unnecessary input? You can just add required here, required at the end of the input, required. Can add required at the end of the input, required at the end of the input. Only the button will not be added to required. So if I press sign in, I save this, I press sign in, nothing happens. So if I write name Alex and I press sign in, nothing will happen. It's just because I have not added any JavaScript or anything that's going to make the form responsive and also interactive with the user. So this is pretty much everything you need to know about forms, creating forms on a website. If you have any questions, If you have any questions for the form, leave your comments right there and I'm going to explain everything to you. And if no questions, let's continue. Okay guys, so let's continue with our HTML course. And in this video, I'll teach you how to add styles to your HTML file. So right here, let's create an HTML file and name it style.html. Let's write our basic HTML. Let's change the title to styles. And let's have an h1 of my style. So styles are it's a language which it's not an HTML language, but it allows you to change the colors and make the website much more beautiful, not just text like the HTML, the raw HTML. Let me show you an example here. Make sure to run your style file. So as you can see, here is the style on our browser. So right here, after the body, let's write style. Just like this. And you write h1, which is the element, and give it a color of, let's say, red. So if I run it, you can see the color of my h1 here changing to red. I can also create a button and name it Click Me. And I can change the button style by writing the button in the style section and give it a background color of, let's say, red. If I run it, you can see my button also change to red. I can also change the whole background of the body. Let's say background color. And let's make it something like green. If I run it, you can see the background color of my website is now green. I can change the font style of my h1 element, let's say to Calibri. So if I click on the Calibri and run it, you can see we have a different font style in our browser. We can change the color to white and also changes to white. We can also change the button's background color to white, and it can also change to white. The language is called CSS, and in my next course I'll teach you many things on how you can use CSS. So if you are confused here, it's normal. It's a different language just like the HTML, and it allows you to style your website with style your website with your HTML. Okay guys, so in this chapter we are going to build our own HTML project, and because we don't know how to use CSS now, we will not build a project from scratch. So right here in your browser, make sure to get your browser and search for Bootstrap. You search for it, you click on the first link Google provides to you. So if you're in Bootstrap right now, it goes to the examples. Then right here you click on download examples. So as you can see, the examples have finished downloading. You go straight into your downloads folder. And you can see the Bootstrap right here. So make sure to unzip, extract all the files. Let's extract it to the desktop. So you can see the files are extracted successfully. Here is it right here. So right here you can see many things on the Bootstrap 5.3.0. So let's look for sidebars. Let me look for signing or grid photos features album. Let's look for block. So search for block in the folder. Search for block. So if you search for block, you enter it. So here is the block. Copy this folder, drag it into your HTML file, your HTML folder that we created at the starting of this course. So now you can see the block is successfully now in our HTML folder. So let's get into the blocks HTML. So you can see this HTML is someone else's HTML. It's not our HTML. This HTML is for someone. Someone created this with his own styles and everything. This is someone else's HTML. So right here, let's run this strange HTML we copied from Bootstrap's website. So as you can see, this is our project we built. We didn't build it, we took it from someone's website. Let's run the style as well. Because here's the styles and everything. So as you can see, the reason why we are not getting the styles is we didn't open the real folder from the of the Bootstrap. So as it is on our desktop right now, left click on your Visual Studio Code app and click on New Window. So after our new window opens, then we select the Bootstrap folder. So we click on open folder. We head straight to our Bootstrap folder. Here, let's open our folder from our desktop, our Bootstrap folder. So after we are done, we can look for any. So here's our block. Here's the HTML of DS. If you're confused, it's normal because you don't know how to use CSS. So let's run this with our live server and see how someone else built it, and we customize it and it will become our project. So as you can see, we have the project on our website. The language is, let's use English if it work. Nice. So here is our project we copied from Bootstrap. So you can see everything works well, the website, the layout and everything. Let's try a different one. Let's try this carousel folder. Let's also run this to see how it also looks like. So we are going to edit this project. Let me show you the full size of the website. So here is it. This is the project we've copied. So now we can style this. We can change the code of this project by our own self. So right here, you can change the title to my first HTML project. So if we run it, let's get straight to the HTML. So you can see here the header and everything, as I taught you how we the links, the buttons, the lists, the everything. So here, let's change it to my website. Let's come down here and change this to home, and change the disabled to about us. So let's go down and change this H1 right here to, let's say, home appliances. And this is the paragraph I taught you at the starting of the video. If you really study it well, understand the paragraph I taught you, the P element. So we can say, buy all your home appliances here. And you can see here's another example right here. You have to have exactly as you have the P element and H1. Let's also change this to technology products. Save it right under here. Buy all tech products from this website. So when you save it, you come down, you see another one with the same H1 element and a paragraph. Then you change the H1 to furnitures. Then buy all your furnitures from this website. So if you run it, you can see everything has changed on the website. Here we have my website, home, and about us. And you can see home appliances. Buy all your home appliances here. If you go to the next page, you can see technology products. Buy all tech products from this website. You can see the furnitures. Buy all the furnitures from this product, from this website. So let's customize the rest so that the website will become fully ours. So let's head back to our HTML. And edit the heading as trust us. Let's change the paragraph to something else. Say accepted by famous institutions. So we are building our first HTML project right here. So there's another heading, and you can change the heading to we are reliable. All our products are delivered on time. So if you run this, you come to the next paragraph here in H1 and you write, we are the best. You can say our product is durable and affordable. So if you run this, let's check back. Let's check our website. So you can see we are trust us, accepted by famous institutions. We are reliable. All our products are delivered on time. we are the best. Our product is durable and affordable. If you come straight to the top here, we have appliances, technology product, and furnitures. And we can search for anything you want on this website as we did. So this is our first HTML project. I can see we are a little confused because we didn't style anything. We just changed the element in the HTML code. This is because you don't know how to use the CSS right now. You can download any kind of element, any kind of HTML file you want here and edit it yourself, and it will become your website right from Bootstrap. Right from the Bootstrap website, you can see this dashboard here. You can download this dashboard template and edit it right, and the dashboard template will be for you. As you can see, others, you can change everything right from this the moment you download this dashboard template. So Bootstrap will really help you if you don't want to learn any CSS. You are just interested in learning the Bootstrap. You can come right here and download all your templates and edit it. So this is our first HTML project. You can test it on your phones. You can see it's mobile responsive as well. Hope you really enjoyed this course. This is the HTML full course on Code with Alex. Okay, so after mastering HTML, your next mission is to study CSS. The full meaning of CSS is cascading style sheet, and it allows users of HTML programming to style their HTML and make the website much more beautiful and attractive, just like how we did with the Bootstrap framework. So CSS should be your next language you should learn after you study HTML. And in my next video, I'm going to upload a full course on HTML, just like I did in the HTML. Let's get some research about cascading style sheets. As you can see on Google right here, the cascading style sheet is a style sheet language used for describing the presentation of a document written in a markup language such as HTML. CSS is a cornerstone technology of the World Wide Web alongside with HTML and JavaScript. We can get more information on Wikipedia right here. CSS is a language you can't skip as a web programmer. The CSS was first released in 1996, which is 26 years ago, on 17th December 1996. The new version of the CSS is CSS 2.1, and the HTML I taught you in this course is HTML5. The type of the format is style sheet language for styling the HTML. So as you can see, you can read many about the CSS right from Wikipedia. The link is below in the description if you want to learn more about CSS. I hope you enjoy this course. Make sure to smash the like button and subscribe, and also stay tuned. This is Code with Alex on YouTube.